Hey, what's up guys, Alex here. Thank you for checking this video and welcome to the 18th part of the series of tutorial WordPress 101 for beginner developers. Have you ever heard about Monstroid? Monstroid is basically WordPress on steroids. With this product you can build easily everything from a single blog page to a gigantic e-commerce to sell your product online. If you don't want to waste time and you're looking for a product that it works out of the box and is really solid, I suggest you to try Monstroid. Click on this video to learn more and access a 10% discount for Monstroid or whatever other theme you decided to purchase from the template monster repository. Welcome again. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the custom post types. So the custom post type is a really complex argument, but actually really easy to use. I mean, let's take a look to understand better at the administration panel of WordPress. Usually when we want to create something new, that is a page or a post, or we have a new comment, we have a new revision, or we just simply upload a new media element, there's an image or something else, everything that we do, everything that we create from scratch is saved inside the WordPress database, inside a MySQL database managed by WordPress. All these informations, every time we add something new, is inputted inside one single table, and the table is the WP post. So just a question, have you ever noticed in some premium theme or some custom theme that you download, you have something else other than post, media, pages, and comment? Sometimes you have like portfolio, or you have like reviews or slider. You have some other sections where you can create and save new content inside WordPress. Those are custom post types. So just to explore a little bit better, if we access our MySQL database, this is my local database based on MySQL. If we access our WP dash whatever name you decided for your database, and we go into the WP underscore posts table, we're gonna see here inside this table, it says all our content, it's inside here. So we have posts, we have pages, we have everything. And if we go to the right and we check the title of our columns, you will notice here we have a post type. And inside the post type, we have page, revision, sometimes we have a nav menu item, we have a post, and sometimes we also have attachment. So these is the post type. WordPress cannot create a custom table for every post type. So he cannot create a table for a page, a table for a post, a table for an attachment. Everything has to be stored inside one place to maintain the database as streamlined as possible, easy to manage, easy to update, and easy to scale. So WordPress gives us the ability to create another custom post type different from page, revision, post, or whatever. And WordPress accepts pretty much every type, every word as a post type. We can input whatever different type of content that we want. In this way, if we create a custom post type, we can completely change the way we use WordPress in the administration panel. So for example, if we access the front end and we say that I want to create another page called portfolio, I can go inside pages here and add new, and let's create portfolio. Let's put the content, this is my portfolio. That's it, or like capitalize P. Let's publish it. Let's go in the appearance menu. Let's access our current main navigation menu, not the footer. Let's add portfolio to our menu. Let's put it after the blog. Save. Let's go back in our front end, refresh. Now we have the portfolio inside our menu. Nice, super simple, super easy. If we click on it, now what I want to do, because we don't have a page and because we don't have something custom, automatically WordPress is going to call the index and it's going to show our blog loop. I don't want that. I want in my portfolio to show a nice 4 columns grid of all my work. I want to create an actual portfolio. So I don't want the sidebar. I don't want the post navigation. I want just a nice grid of all my works. I can do that in a couple of different ways. The first easy way is to create a post, and inside a post, we can create a custom category called portfolio, and then call that category every time we access the portfolio. But that can create a problem. If in our post page inside the administration panel, we have altogether blog post, updates, reviews, and portfolio, this page can be really hard to manage, especially if different users are updating at the same time your WordPress installation or your theme. That can be really confusing because everything is together. It's difficult to manage to separate contents, and you have everything in one page and it's not really optimized. So what I want to do, I want to create a custom post type called portfolio to input just the portfolio. Easy, right? So to do that, let's access our text editor, and in the functions.php, that's where we're going to create our custom post type. So let's copy the comment of a section. Let's put it here. Let's call this section custom post type. So to create a post type, we have to write a lot of code because the post type gives us, the custom post type gives us the ability to basically customize everything, every single detail of the new post type that we're creating. So we have tons and tons of options, and pretty much all the options are important. We can avoid to specify some of those options because the default values it's kind of okay. So we're going to accept that, but let's take a look at the most important arguments that you can specify in a custom post type. So first of all, let's create a function called function awesome custom post type. And I don't need any arguments here. Let's open the function and let's start writing here. So first we have to create two variables. The first variable is the label variable, and the second variable is the args variable. In these two variables, we're going to store an array with all the attributes and information that WordPress needs to create a proper custom post type. So let's start with the labels. Let's open our array of information. Let's go back, close it with a semicolon. And let me create some space here so everything is nicely aligned at the center. First, we have to create the name. We have to decide the name of our custom post type. So let's call this portfolio. Then the second parameter, always put a comma after that. The second parameter is the singular name. The singular name is the name that is gonna be used inside your administration panel. Every time you access a single post or a single custom post type, it's gonna be called single portfolio, single whatever. In my case, portfolio is both, can be used like both plural, singular, whatever. So I can specify, I can leave like portfolio like that, or I can specify another custom name. In this case, I want to call it like just simply portfolio. I don't want to use a different name. So now we have to specify the add new label. So what's gonna be the label used in the button to add a new portfolio item? And in my case, add portfolio item. Then the other parameter is all items. All these labels are referring to the administration labels, all those links and menus names that you find inside the administration panels. We have the ability to customize them here. So all items. Let's remove portfolio. items, add new item. It can be exactly, can be exactly the same as add item. Then we have the label edit item equal edit item. It's pretty easy, right? It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty boring. New item label. Add. Sorry, this is the new item. Here we can specify the view item label. And everything is view item. And here we can specify the search item label if we want to search that inside our admin panel. Search portfolio can use. And here, if we have a label not found in the administration panel, we can use no items found. And the other label is we do a research in the trash page. In trash, we can specify custom no items found in trash, comma, and here the last one, finally, parent item colon is the parent item. In the remote case, if we have an indentation like a portfolio item is underneath another portfolio item, but maybe not, maybe yes, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm printing all the information that you can add, customize inside this labels array. A lot of these names, you can avoid it. If you don't specify the names, WordPress is gonna fall back to the default name that is like add new post, add new page, or add new something else, add new media attachment, whatever. So we can avoid to specify this item, but if we wanna customize everything, the entire experience in the admin panel, we have the ability to specify every single label, to customize every single label. The other parameter that is going to be also an array is the arguments parameter. The argument is finally that amount of arguments, of course, that gives us the ability to customize entirely the structure of our custom post type by activating specific functions. So let's open also here the array. And as a first parameter, we have to print inside all the labels that we define in our first variable. So we have to create the arguments as a string labels, and inside here we put the variable labels. Pretty easy, right? We have the other parameter is the parameter public, that is a boolean, so can be true or false. We want this custom post type to be publicly accessible, so we have to specify true as a value. The other parameter is has archive. So if we want our portfolio or our custom post type to have an archive page where when we click like the category or the tag of this portfolio, it goes correctly to the archive page, we have to specify true, because also this has archive is a true parameter. In the case of a media element, so an attachment post type or a revision post type, these types, they don't need an archive, so we can specify has archive false. In our case, we want an archive, so it's going to be true. Publicly underscore queryable. It means that our custom post type can be publicly accessed with a custom query. The other parameter that goes together with the first one is the query var. So we are specifying that our custom post type has a query var that can be accessed. The query var basically is just the name, all lowercase, that we're gonna specify later while we register the post type. The other parameter is the rewrite that gives us the ability to rewrite the custom slug. So also this one is a boolean. If we wanna our slug to be like, for example, nameofyourwebsite.com/portfolio, it means that the rewrite has to be true because we want to create a custom slug based on the name of our custom post type. We can specify the capability type. Capability underscore type is that value that basically grabs the default settings of a pre-made custom post type. So in our case, we want the same capability of a post and not of a page. As you notice, like posts, pages, attachments, revision, they have different capabilities. So when you create a new custom post type, you can grab those default capabilities from a pre-existing post type. In our case, we want the same capability of a post. We can specify if this thing has a hierarchy, so is hierarchical is really easy to make a typo, so be careful. Probably I'm gonna add some error. We don't want to be hierarchical because it's not a category, it's not something that is not like a page that we want to create some hierarchy inside this page structure. A portfolio is every single item, every single work item is single by itself. It doesn't depend on another one, so we don't need hierarchical. Here, the other parameter, we can specify the type of support that we want to activate for this specific post type. Supports are all the standard information that you find inside a post of a page. So the title, the excerpt, thumbnail, custom fields, and so on, so on. And this way we can create another array inside this argument to specify all the values that we want. So if we don't specify anything, by default, WordPress is going to activate the title and the content editor by default, but we want something more. So we want inside here, for sure, the title, because we need a title. We want the editor, means that we're going to have a text editor inside. I think it's pretty handy. We need the excerpt because I want to create a preview text. We need the thumbnail because, of course, my portfolio has to have a nice preview image for every single item, every single work. So I need a thumbnail. And I want to activate also the revision. The revisions will automatically save previous versions inside our database, so we can always recover different versions of that specific post type. We have other parameters here. We can specify the outer, trackbacks, comments, custom field, post format, page attributes, and so on and so on. But in my case, we don't need it right now. I don't want to specify it, but you have the option to activate other options, other attributes. But let's keep going. The other parameter, I have the ability to activate taxonomies. By default, taxonomies are activated with the same logic of the capability type that we create. So in our case, we have post, and the taxonomy of a post are the categories and the post tags. So we're gonna activate those taxonomies as also here an array of arguments. The first one is category, and the second one is post, as a string always, post tags, post tag, singular, comma. The other parameter is the menu position. So the menu position is just a numeric value to specify the location of my post type inside my admin panel. So if I put like 0, it's going to be on top of everything. The more I go down, the more I increase the number, the lower is going to be the position. I want to use 5, so it's going to be like somewhere here, maybe after pages of after comment. Let's put menu position equal 5, comma. We can exclude underscore from search. So every time a user does a search in our website, we have the ability to exclude this specific post type from the results page. So if we want the user that it doesn't matter where he decided to do the research, he is gonna have just the results of the blog page or posts or pages or other things other than the portfolio, we can specify a true. But in my case, I want the portfolio to be visible inside the results page, even if you're not searching for a portfolio item. So I'm gonna put false. I don't want this element to be excluded from the search results. And that's it. These are basically the most important parameters that you can specify. There are other parameters that I omitted, but they're like the default value most of the time. I think like 99% of the time are okay for whatever custom post type you need. But if you have doubts and you need like a more in-depth analysis of the custom post type, I suggest you to go check the codex of WordPress. Every single attribute is listed with a way better explanation than one that I did. So now we have the two variables are filled. We have the labels and the arguments, and the labels variable is inside the arguments variable. So now we have to actually register, like create the new custom post type. To do that, we have to call the hook of WordPress called register underscore post underscore type. And here we have to specify two simple values. The first value is the slug, the custom name of our portfolio that is going to be used pretty much everywhere inside every URL and in the administration panel. So it has to be lowercase and without spaces. So portfolio. And the second parameter is the variable that contains all the arguments of my custom post type. So in my case, it's args. Save it. And now we have to create a hook to call the function awesome custom post type. So when are we gonna be able to call this? To create a new post type, a register post type, we have to add the action during the initialization of the theme. So if we roll back here and we go add action, we already have an init thing. So we could put the function, all the thing inside the awesome theme setup, because our action is gonna call the initialization, the creation of the custom post type at the same time. But it doesn't matter really, we can keep it separated, and I actually like it better to keep it separated. So it's not confusing to have multiple hooks inside a single function, and that could be kind of confusing. So let's keep everything separated, but we know that we have to call the register post type during the initialization of the theme. So let's call the add underscore action like we already know. The first parameter as a string is the when this function has to be called, and then we can print the function as a string. So my function is the awesome custom post type here. Semicolon, save it. Let's go back in our administration panel, reload, and if we scroll down, we check on the sidebar, we have the portfolio, the new custom post type that by default has the same icon of the post because we grabbed the capability of the post type. We have also the ability to customize this, but we're gonna see it in the next lessons. And as you notice here, all the labels are exactly how we specified them in our functions.php. So we have all items. Of course, here is no items found. We have add item. And let's take a look. If I want to change this item with portfolio or like portfolio work, I can do that on the fly. So instead of add item, I can say add portfolio work. Save. Let's go back, refresh, and that's it. The label changed right away. Now this is pretty, I also wrote word instead of work, but whatever. That was just an example and it's pretty ugly. So let's roll back to add item. I like it better. Save it. Let's go back here and refresh. If we click on add item, we're gonna have the exact same functionalities of a post. So we have the exact same categories. We have the title and the text editor. And if we write a title, for example, like logo for business A, and we go down here, you notice here the permalink is auto-generated with the custom slug portfolio that is exactly the same as the custom name that we specified in our register post type. So this is really good for SEO and in this suggestion. So let's pick thoughtfully the name of our custom post type. And if you notice here, something's not right. So probably I did some mistake because we're missing the excerpt. We're missing the featured image here, but it's something that I activated in my code. So that's it. What I did wrong, it's instead of support, the actual word is supports. So as you notice, if we don't specify anything because support wasn't anything, WordPress was ignoring this value and was using the default information of a standard post. We had the title, content editor, and category and tags, but it wasn't actually adding the excerpt, the thumbnail, and the revision, something that I want. So let's change from support to supports, save it. Let's go back here, refresh, stay on this page. Let me publish this, refresh. And as you notice here, now we have the excerpt here and the featured image that gives us the ability to upload a custom image to use however we want. So this is the first part of the two parts of the tutorial about the custom post type. We learned how to create a custom post type inside our text editor and how to customize all the items inside our administration panel. Of course, you have the ability to create how many post types you want inside the same function. You can specify again another type of variable like labels1 or arguments1 and create another post type customized for your needs. We're gonna see how to actually print the portfolio information, the custom post type in our front end, and how to completely customize the experience and to separate these entire results from the blog results page or the other custom pages that we created. So be sure to keep following and subscribing to the channel and please wait a little bit more for the second part of this lesson about custom post types. So thank you again for checking this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys or hear some comments from you for this lesson and to see you all in the next lesson where we're gonna complete this part about custom post types. So thank you again and see you soon.